Hey everybody. Sorry, I'm uber bright again. My goodness. Let's try that. There, I look somewhat normal. Can y'all hear me this time? I hope so. Let's see. Did you get a new episode of GH today? I don't think any of us in the States did. We did in Canada. I have not watched it. Yeah, we did get one in Canada today. My mom was watching it when I got home. I opted out to watch it today just because I know y'all didn't get it. And plus I wanted to write my script so I can talk about last week's episode with y'all. I did see bits and pieces of it, not gonna lie. From the bits that I did see, we're in for some entertaining scenes in the court tomorrow for all of us. Because I'll watch it in the morning, honestly. I'll watch it. I actually have tomorrow off from work, so I'll watch it with the rest of you. Because I'm sure it'll repeat here too. Heads up also, there is a crazy storm happening in my town right now. It is like lightning, thunder, and it's like crazy outside. So if this live stream randomly stops, you'll know why. Like, I'm actually legit afraid that the power might go out. Hopefully not, but it's a possibility because it's pretty wild out there. And my poor dog is deathly afraid of thunderstorms, so if you hear him crying, like, sorry. Oh, I can actually hear him crying right now. My poor dog. How are y'all doing though? I can hear my mom trying to console my dog right now, guys. Good. Yeah. I won't spoil, but I will say, like, Sunny versus Diane is gonna be good. It's interesting to see Diane kind of have to go against Sunny, because it's the first time ever. So yeah, today's live stream, it's strictly recapping last week and maybe touching maybe a little bit on this week, but obviously given what happened in the States, there wasn't too much in terms of what we saw in the episodes. I'm sure on Tuesday, I don't know what it was like for you guys on Tuesday in the States, but like in terms of GH, but I imagine some of you probably didn't get the whole episode either, so I don't want to talk too much about this week's GH. We'll kind of save that for Sunday. And then we will we'll regroup and go back to like watching old school clips next week as well. The only reason why I'm not doing both tonight is because of the storm, to be honest. Because I thought about kind of making it an extra long one, but given how crazy it is out there, I don't want to push my luck and like have it cancel halfway out. Plus, I kind of want to watch the storm. Like, it's pretty epic. Ruth, you said basically, like I said, a rerun. Glad Diane Miller win after sending you deserves it for betraying his own son. Creep. Honestly, the whole Sunny Michael thing is just such a mess. I'm not rooting for either. I don't have a dog in this fight, to be honest. They're all messy and they all get what they deserve in terms of like the crap they're putting each other through. who we got in here so far? We got BB Dolls and TV Archive. We got Laura. We got Jake. We got Ruth. Glad to see y'all here. I don't know if I should wait a couple more minutes before we get into the recap, because I don't know. I did start later. Oh, and Brooklyn. Hi, I'm new to your live chat. Welcome to the live chat. We usually watch like old school episodes of GH on Wednesdays. But I missed doing my usual recap on Sunday. Because there was some hockey going on in Canada. I'm from Canada, if you didn't know. And our team was playing against another team from the same province. And it was a wild game. Jake, you said I'm not interested in that storyline anyway. They could all choke. Right, though? Like, I'm just so over it at this point. I mean, I do want the truth to come out about Nina being Willow's mom, but I have a feeling that we're going to be waiting for a while for that. Because you know Carly can keep a secret, so... And she will, probably just to get a little bit of revenge on Nina, even though it could hurt Willow. I mean, it could save Willow, too. I mean, finding out Nina's your mom is probably not ideal. But I'm glad you're here, Brooklyn. It's nice to meet you. But yeah, I was just telling everyone in here, there's a crazy storm happening in my city. It's pretty wild out there. You might hear some loud thunder every now and then or see some flashes. Although I have lighting in here, so, you know, it might not affect it too much. But apologies if the power goes out and this live stream stops out of nowhere. Just because I honestly, I'm worried that it might. But yeah, we're going to talk about last week's GH, kind of recap everything that went on, and maybe touch base a little bit on Mondays and Tuesdays. Jake, when Bobby splashed her drink on Nina's mug. Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure. I was shook and so glad, because that's just classic Bobby, you know? It's nice to see Bobby bring out her classic claws once in a while. And getting all Mama Bear on Carly. Or for Carly, rather. But yeah. Should we begin? I don't know who else is going to show up tonight, but I am excited to get into it with y'all because I missed y'all on Sunday. Ruth, you said, I've been watching you for quite a while, and this is my first time chat room, so I enjoy immensely sharing my opinion about the Nina noxious little whiner. She's exhausting, Sonny. It's just being stupid. That is a hell no horrible woman and a horrible mother. She's nothing but mean to Willow since the first day she saw her. That's kind of why I want the truth to come out. Because this has been years in the making. I'll be careful. I'm in a basement, so at the very least, I'm like pretty safe down here, I think. I'm more worried about my dog because he's terrified. But my mom's upstairs consoling him, so it's all good. Alright, shall we begin, guys? Let me know if you're ready to go, and I will start the show officially. You're welcome, and thank you for the entertaining routine videos. I enjoy them, and I'm from Wither, US. Very nice. Okay, yeah, I'm super stoked to talk to you guys about all this, because there was a lot of fun stuff that happened last week. Obviously, the Bobby and Nina stuff I would love to talk about. And of course, the Elizabeth stuff. Come on, we've been waiting for that forever. Although I don't know if it's what we all thought it was, to be honest. But we'll get into it, because I think that's what we're going to talk about first. So, without further ado, since y'all are ready, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another General Hospital MV live stream after show. Live stream after shows don't actually happen usually. I usually do an after show on Sunday. It's not live because I like the way that I get to edit it. But I still open the chat when it premieres to talk to you guys anyway. But yeah, I want to talk about Elizabeth first. So last week, Elizabeth Dunn finally snapped. She was convinced the dead were more trustworthy than the living and basically made enemies out of Finn, Laura, and Kevin for simply stating that there might be a more reasonable explanation. Even though the vase randomly broke on the fireplace in Laura's house all of a sudden. I don't know. Was it a coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, she basically told Finn to choke and went to bed. And by the time Laura had went up to check on her, Elizabeth had snuck out of the house and went back to her house. And then she started cutting up Violet and Finn's, or Violet's picture with her and Violet, or her and Finn in it. I can't talk today, guys. But yeah, she was cutting it up, and then Cameron walks in and sees her cutting it up, and she's like, she's just in like a trance, and Cameron's trying to talk to her, and she's just there with the scissors. I was legit scared that she was gonna stab her son with those scissors. I don't know about y'all, but I was terrified for that kid. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I can hear my dog like scratching the floor right now. He's so scared. Sorry, guys. Alright guys, let's continue. So meanwhile, Finn was having dinner with his dad, and Violet at Kelly's talking about Elizabeth's situation and how nobody was ever physically there when any of these incidents happened. And wouldn't you know it, Violet pointed out that that wasn't true because Elizabeth was always there. Leave it to the toddler to figure out things before the adults. I'm screaming. Ooh, what were y'all saying? Let's get this on already. I'm here, so let's bring out the party. Snap, snap, let's go. In the words of the Encanto movie, bring it in. This snuck up on us. I was thinking the mystery would drag on for months. Yeah, I honestly thought so too, but I'm kind of glad it didn't. Although, I don't know about you guys, but I think we all collectively, well, we're starting to think that it was a split personality, but do you guys still think that? Because now I'm kind of convinced of the sleepwalking thing a little bit, which I'd actually prefer, because y'all know I don't want a split personality story. We've talked about it endlessly. I know y'all think so, and I was going back and forth on whether, was Franco truly haunting her or not. But I mean, who knows? Like, it could be the sleeping pills that Elizabeth was on. It's hard to say. Either way, Elizabeth is terrified, unaware of why she's back at her place when she was there. And Finn tells her that she appeared to be doing all these things in a trance of some sort. And so, I mean, physically nothing is wrong with her. So she decided to check herself into Shady Brook. And of course, all her family is heartbroken, but Elizabeth is legitimately scared she's going to harm her children, so I get it. But it's not Elizabeth's first stint at Shady Brook. It's not even her second stint. It's like her third by now, I think. But I mean, this time, I think the second time was fake, right? First time was real. Second time, she just wanted to get Lucky's attention. And now, she's in there for realsies. Because she's going crazy, she's either got a split personality, or she's sleepwalking and her sleeping pills are affecting her. Oh, hey Sandy. It's okay. We're just chit-chatting about GH. We're recapping last week. Also, Sandy, since you're here, just a heads up, there's a big storm in my city right now. I'm almost scared the power's going to go out in my house because it's pretty bad out there. So just apologize in advance. But yeah, all we really talked about, Sandy, was Elizabeth and her situation. Just to recap for you, we found out that Elizabeth is in fact the one that is doing all of these things, although while most of us thought it was a split personality, it could be because she's sleepwalking. That is what I would prefer to be what's going on with Liz, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you prefer, like, would you rather it be a DID situation, or would you rather it be like sleepwalking or a different explanation? Let me know. Jake, you said you really hope it's the side effects of the sleeping medication, but they won't let the storyline off that easy. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a bit more to it. Like, if it is the medication, or if it is like sleepwalking or whatever, they still got to get to the root of why, like, Elizabeth is doing these things anyway. Oh, you said it's a storm at your house too, Sandy? Alright, well, here's hoping the power doesn't go out for either of us. Sandy, you're saying you want it to be DID? I don't know. I do not want to see a split personality story, personally. I just think it just leads to bad acting all around. I've never seen a good story of DID. Like, the Connie Falconeri stuff, horribly acted in my opinion. Janice, you said, hello all. The sleepwalking doesn't really explain all the incidents. Why cutting up Finn's photo, burning down the studios? Sorry. Hey, Nathan. I mean, but she, like, Janet, she could have done that. We just don't know why she's doing that in her sleep. Like, she could have very well done it. I mean, no one else had a key to Franco's art studio. No one else had a key to her house. No one else has access to her locker. So, like, it's definitely Liz, but we need to get to the root of why she's doing it in the first place. I think it could be, like, extreme sleepwalking, but it could be DID, it could be anything. Like, I think the bottom line is that we know it's Liz, we just don't know why she's doing it. And that's where we kind of need to where we need to go in the story. Sandy said Liz is not ready to move on from Franco. She really needs to, though. I mean, Franco's gone. Finn is there. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Finn and Liz, but I prefer Finn and Liz to Finn and Anna. So there's that. Liz, I don't know who I would prefer her with. Like, if not Finn, who else would be there for her? Maybe Dex. What's Dex doing now? Is it Dex or Dez? The new guy. Not Rory, the other new guy that wants to work for Sunny. Laura, you said my mom was joking Elizabeth was going to have a tumor, but she was kidding. Oh my god, could you imagine? If they have to do the tumor made Elizabeth do it story, I will die. I do not want to sit through that crap again. But to continue what you were saying, you said, I mean, if they're worried either way, shouldn't she be going to some sort of relationship counseling with Finn, considering? I mean, yeah, maybe, but, like, she probably needs to check her own mental situation out first prior to dealing with her relationship with Finn. You gotta put the work in on yourself before you can put the work in on a relationship. Yeah, we haven't seen Dex lately. He was there and then he was gone. Hey, Jacarius. It's all good. We've only really discussed Elizabeth so far. Yeah, Liz needs help. Yep, she does. Well, she's getting it. She's decided to check herself into Shady Brook, and Laura was taking her there. I kind of wish that Laura had a bit more to say, in my opinion. Like, I think, given that Laura spent 4 years, or I think even longer, in Shady Brook for her own mental illness, like, Laura should have a bit more to say on that. Edmund's collectible world, you said they never determined who murdered Hayden's mother, Naomi. Do you think Liz killed her? I don't think Liz killed Naomi. I think that was something else entirely. But yeah, it's because we saw a physical person there with Naomi that probably killed her, right? And it was a guy, but we don't know who it was or why. I think that had to do with wherever Hayden is at this point. Obviously, someone didn't want someone to find Hayden. And Naomi definitely knew stuff about Hayden that I don't think he wanted to find out. That could have been Nicholas. Maybe it was Victor. It's hard to say. Yeah, her subconscious does want to break up her and Finn. So yeah, they gotta get to the root of that problem too. So they gotta figure out why Elizabeth is going, like, her psyche's going to the extremes of what she's doing. She done knocked out Chase too, you know? Edmund, you said, I think Laura was playing it safe with Liz, but yeah, a word of you will be okay. Because I went through it, would have been nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Edmund. Where the hell is Hayden? This is ridiculous. Curious. I think it's Nicholas for me. Yeah, like, it very well could be. I just think that Victor knows a lot about Nicholas and what he's been up to. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was Victor that went to the extremes. And I think we kind of established that a little bit, right? Because Victor was willing to do some pretty shady stuff to protect Nicholas. Alright, but shall we move on from Liz and talk about Sasha last week? I am ready if y'all are. Alright guys, let's talk about Sasha. So, she, Brando, and Gladys were having dinner at the PC Grill, and wouldn't you know it, lurking at the bar was the shady photographer. Gladys decided to deal with him personally, somewhat discreetly, for Gladys anyway. She fished just enough to learn that the photographer had made a deal with Sasha to trade his memory card for some drugs. Brando had to leave to fix Sonny's random old car, which was a really nice looking car, but really random scenes. But they were sweet, I guess. They were endearing scenes. But that gave Gladys time to confront Sasha. Sasha tried to deny it, but Gladys pointed out that she had seen the photos. She knows about the deal that she made with the photographer, and she just wants Sasha to get help. Laura going back on the Liz saying, I was hoping it was Hayden who was messing with Elizabeth. Yeah, that would have been nice. But I suppose not, unless something was put in those pills. Edmund, you said, I don't understand what they want to do with Sasha's character anymore. Gladys is the best part of Sasha's storyline. Yeah, I know people are kind of back and forth with Gladys. I've personally always loved her. Like, yeah, she was really, really annoying at first, but she was entertaining. And now they've, like, kind of smoothed out her character enough that she's got, like, you know, there's some annoying stuff about Gladys and some good things about Gladys, where she's definitely, like, a protective mama bear, and she's a good person to have on your side. So that's why I've always been a fan of Gladys, especially the growth that the character has experienced. Laura, you said you were not surprised when Gladys told Sasha that's not how addiction works. Can't wait to hear that story about why Gladys is so familiar with addiction. Well, Gladys is familiar. I don't know if you remember, but Brando was addicted to drugs as well. So that's why she is all too familiar with the addictions. Edmund, you love to hate Gladys? Nice. Oh, man. But yeah, Sasha swears that she is done with drugs because the situation with Harmony and how, you know, her life could have been affected had she been high and hit Harmony. Like, I think that did scare her, but like you said, addiction doesn't work that way. So I think, you know, they're hard to kick. I think Gladys will keep an eye on her, though, and the second that Gladys will notice anything, I think she'll go right to Brando with it and get Sasha help. And she'll probably, I mean, I feel like at some point they're going to have an intervention storyline with Sasha, because there's enough people in Sasha's corner that they can kind of have that sort of round table. Of course, all of her co-workers, Brooklyn, Maxie, and Gladys would obviously be there. I think Willow and Michael would probably be there too. Carly, definitely. Nina as well. They'll probably have to put up with each other, but they would do that for Sasha's sake, I think. Yeah, Gladys does have a heart. Yeah, Brando was on drugs, and she is probably scared Sasha could endanger her son's sobriety. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. But I think you know, Gladys did say like Sasha and Brando could help each other, like, you know, because I mean, yeah, obviously Brando's managing to be stronger and not kind of cave into the drugs, thankfully, given, you know, he went through the same exact thing as Sasha did. But I think Sasha has a lot more pressure on her too because of her job, and you know, she's all of a sudden like a millionaire, and that's gotta be, you know, hard to deal with too, and everyone's kind of hovering over her for both of those reasons. So it's it's a tricky situation for Sasha. Addiction is a disease, you're right. All right, guys. So I want to talk about Brooklyn and Chase. Because I feel like I've been neglecting them a lot. I don't know why. I love those two. And now we got some really nice scenes last week. Ooh, Ruthie said if I were a betting person, it would be Victor. That's behind all this. Oh, yeah. Oh, with Liz, yeah. Or with, yeah. I mean, Victor's probably behind everything. Let's be realistic. He is back in tomorrow's episode, just as a heads up. And yes, Sandy, GH did air in Canada today. I did not watch it. I seen bits and pieces because my mom was watching it when I got home from work. But I chose not to watch it because I have tomorrow off, and y'all are gonna get the episode tomorrow anyway. So, but I was saying to everyone earlier, from what I did see, we're in for some entertaining scenes in the courtroom tomorrow, and specifically between Sunny and Diane. So that's the only spoiler I will say. Yeah, GH didn't air in the States due to, obviously, the horrible shooting in that Texas elementary school. It just irks me. They're really dragging out Chase from Brooklyn. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah, let's talk about that, guys. So, they were so sweet last week, though. Chase was Leo's superhero, being there to calm his nerves while he said his poem to all of Rice Plaza. Chase made a deal with him that if he went up there and recited his poem, that he would sing a song at Leo's birthday party. And he did, and he sang Brooklyn's song, and he was serenading her. We got to see Chase serenading Brooklyn with her own song, and if that didn't make you fall in love with Chase more, y'all have a cold heart, because I was swooning. Man, he just looked like the man with like that just constant smile on his face while he was singing that song. Man. She said it's sad what happened to those kids. It's horrible what happened. It's horrible. It's awful. Edwin, that's what you want to see the most, Sunny versus Diane. Yeah, it looked like from what I saw, it's going to be fun. Chase is a sweetheart. He's the sweetest sweetheart. You're right, Jake. You think Leo has a crush on Chase? Who doesn't, though? Who doesn't have a crush on Chase? Yeah, Chase and Brooklyn. Yeah, Chase and BLQ. Is there a squish name for them yet? Did I miss it? Do they have a couple name? Grace, maybe? I don't know. Let me know. But anyway, Chase and Brooke were ready to go all in and admit their feelings, and then in walks Dookie Producy, Just, I don't know why he's even there in the first place, just at some kid's birthday party, just to be like, hey, Brooke, by the way, I still own your music. Like, good lord, I'm so mad. We're about to get a Chase and Brooklyn love scene for sure. For sure. But yeah, it just seems like such a stupid plot point. Like, why is Link back? Why? This is stupid. But yeah, Brooklyn is ready to fight for her music though, and that's kind of what happened going into this week. But we'll save most of that for Sunday. I will say, I think Brooklyn and Chase will get closer if they work together. But obviously Chase has a little bit of a danger zone because he wants to become a cop again. Ruth, you said, I just wish he hadn't shown up because I was looking forward to seeing Chase and Brooklyn. Right? Yeah, I was just... I was so bitter about that too. Somebody needs to take him out already. You know, Marshall almost did. We need Marshall back in Port Charles. I hate to say it. Like... we'll talk about the Marshall stuff in a minute, but before we do, let's just quickly talk about Ned for a sec, because Valentine is trying to bring Ned onto his side by playing into his fears that Drew and Michael are trying to ice him out of being CEO of ELQ. And, Ned is smart enough to see past that, I think, but he definitely has a bit of an ego, and Michael and Drew have definitely bruised his ego a little bit. So, we'll see what side of Ned Quartermain is stronger. Oh, Ruth, you're not sure if there's a squish name for Brooklyn and Chase? Yeah, I haven't heard one if there is one. Edmund, you said rumors are Link is going to be killed and Brooklyn is going to be a suspect. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I think I think that would definitely bring Brooke and Chase closer, especially if he's trying to prove her innocence. Love that Marshall is coming back. Yeah. Ruthie said, "Who knows? Who cares? Getting rid of the loose weasel. I don't want him interrupting our moment of washing sheets." And Brooklyn kiss. Oh my goodness. B and C. Edmund, Drew and Michael are so disrespectful. Yeah. You hope he teams up with Valentine? I don't know. I feel like the show constantly lets Valentine come out smelling like a rose, even though he's being a scumbag as per usual, and I'm kind of tired of that story playing out over and over again. I just don't want to hear Olivia nagging Ned for doing his job. Yeah, true. Drew needs a storyline. Yeah, he really does. He does. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I'm not really interested in that ELQ story at all. Like, it's not that interesting to me. But what can you do? Like I said, I just don't want Valentine to come out smelling like a rose when he's a scumbag. But at least Felicia last week put him in his place about ghosting Anna. I mean, he kissed her on New Year's, and yeah, he had to go, like, you know, he got kidnapped and then he got to seek treatment or whatever. But you know, at least Felicia put him in his place. And I say this, I probably say this every freaking week. I am so glad Christina Wagner is a regular on the show again. Like, she's just so fun to watch for me. I don't know. Ruthie said, "Please don't fall for Valentine's trap. He is a user, a liar, and a manipulator. He's worse than Victor Cassadine, if not more." Yeah, because I mean, obviously, like no one has found out that Valentine framed Jennifer Smith on killing Luke, which means he knows who killed Luke, and he's keeping that from Anna and Felicia, who were good friends of Luke's. So it's you know, I mean, clearly Victor had something to do with it, and Valentine knows it, and whatever the reason Valentine is deciding to side with Victor, probably from whatever Victor is preparing the family for. So, you know, it's like, I don't know. I've never been as fond of Valentine as a lot of people or a lot of viewers seem to be. You know, because I watched the show back when Valentine Cassadine was like a bit of a mystery, and he wasn't played by anyone, but he was wreaking havoc, and Helena Cassadine was scared of him, and then all the rewrites that came when they brought Valentine on, like, all of them drove me nuts, and he was doing some shady things even then. But, you know, I've just always found Valentine icky. Edmund, you said, I think Felicia is a red herring. I think Lucy is Esme's mother. I don't think Felicia is Esme's mother at all, by the way. Like, I think we kind of touched base on it last week. I think the way that the scene played out, like, yeah, Ryan mentioned having to watch their back from their enemies, and it was like just a little bit after Ryan had brought up Esme's mom, but like, I think he was just referring to getting revenge on the people that wronged him. I don't think Felicia is his mom at all, and I don't even think that the show was trying to make it seem that way either. Maybe it was just like slightly poor editing, but I really don't think that's the case. Ooh, imagine if it was Ava though. If they had a thing and Ava just like blocked it out before, and that's why Ryan was so obsessed with Ava. Man, if Lucy was Esme's mom though, yikes. Jake, she's from that era when GH was at its best. Damn right she was. That's probably why, yeah. Felicia, Anna, they all remind me of like the GH glory days. Laura too. Robert as well. Mac. I mean, he was like 90s, but still. Yeah. Nathan, you said Valentine doesn't seem that nasty like he was supposed to be originally. But that's why I'm kind of bitter about it. Like, Valentine was supposed to be a worthy Cassadine, like, and they just made him like this gray, misunderstood Cassadine. What time Sunday, please? Sunday, 9:30 p.m. my time. I don't know where you live. Hey, Angel. When did the live start? Like 9:50 my time. It started this day. I was a little bit later than usual. We've been on for like roughly 40 minutes, I'd say, by now. I'm still mad at Valentine for shooting Nicholas and throwing Ava off the parapet. Yeah, that was crazy. Glad you made it though, Angel. Yeah, usually the live stream starts at 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time, which is where I am. This one in particular started about 20 minutes later, partially because I was putting in some final touches on what I wanted to talk to you guys about, but also because a really bad storm hit. So, I was a little bit worried that the power might go out. The storm's calmed down. My dog is calmed down too. YouTube did not tell me. I'm sorry, Angel. Always just always check at like 9:30. Like, if I'm not there at 9:30, I'm there like 15 minutes later. Whether it's Wednesday or Sunday, 9:30 is usually the time that I start. I try to keep that consistent at least. And even when I start at 9:30, I try to keep like the title screen on for like 15 minutes so that people can kind of like sort of slowly come in without missing anything. Liz got DID, no ghost. We did touch base on that. I mean, I'm more convinced that it could be like a sleepwalking sleep pill thing now. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. And like, I mean, maybe it's wishful thinking on my part. I don't want a DID story, so I think the sleeping pills or sleepwalking theory is a much better outcome, personally. It's been raining for a couple days now for where you are. The rain was horrible yesterday and today. We got like some like serious lightning though and thunder. Like, my dog was screaming terrified. I do love me a good rainstorm though. I'm kind of sad that I missed it, but I'm happy to be here with you guys too. So, because we didn't get to talk about GH this Sunday. Oh, FYI, because I'm sure some of you guys saw why I didn't do the live stream. Edmonton's hockey team was playing Calgary's hockey team, and Edmonton won. So worth it. It was an exciting time in town. Sleepwalking doesn't make you burn down the studio. You don't know that. It's a soap. But people do crazy things while sleepwalking. Like, I don't know if you've ever, like, YouTubed that kind of stuff. But there's been some crazy sleepwalking stories. Like, even like Kevin said, there's people that manage to drive on their own. You know, they do things, like, go for walks and everything. Have full-on conversations. Go to where they know they're going. So, I think it's in the realm of possibility. It is a real thing, like some crazy things that happen while sleepwalking. Rick, you said it rained there all day, stopped then, rained for an hour. Here tonight, lots of rain. Yeah, raining lots where everyone is. We have, like, this is like the first real big rainstorm that we've had. We've had a bit of rain at night, but like, I'm usually sleeping through it. So, but it was early this time. It started like thunderstorming maybe like 15 minutes prior to when I started to get ready for the live. Ruthie said that wasn't only crazy, that was evil. He should have been arrested, put behind bars. Yeah, that's true. Yes, but Angel, it's a soap, you know? Like, we were supposed to believe that, you know, Franco murdered all those people because of a brain tumor. I mean, we were also supposed to believe that the weather was being controlled by a weather machine. So GH is known to do things to the extreme. Edmund, it's dry and hot in Los Angeles. Man, I miss Los Angeles. It's been so long since I've been there. Your birthday is Friday. Happy birthday, Angel Blue. It will be 80 degrees where you are at. Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a nice weekend here. Like 18 degrees-ish. It was 18 degrees today, which is like Celsius, guys. I'm Canada. Which is like really nice weather. It's not too hot, not too cold. Just to recap on anyone that's a little bit late. So far in the live stream, we've talked about Elizabeth and her situation. We talked about Sasha and Gladys confronting her on her drug use. We talked about Brooklyn and Chase and Link being back. We talked about Ned and how Valentine's trying to get him on his side. And also Felicia putting Valentine in this place. Not the cast iron weather machine. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember because they haven't really talked about it since, but that random heat wave that Port Charles got that was never mentioned again in the middle of like February. I think the weather machine is back in some kind of way, or the Ice Princess. Ice Princess is doing something. All right, let's get the Marshall stuff out of the way. I know most of y'all don't like it, but let's discuss it quickly because, you know, there was some movement in the story. TJ and Molly went to New York to try and track him down. They met up with a man named Mr. Purdy, who basically was willing to give information on Marshall's whereabouts if they treated him to dinner and dessert. Gotta love New York. And TJ just wanted his grandpa back and to spend time with him. And they were ready to bond at a jazz bar when suddenly a couple of thugs threatened them in an alley and tried to rob them of their wallets and their phones and whatever. And of course, TJ's special clarinet. And TJ did not want to give it up. And the thugs pulled out a knife and started attacking TJ and Marshall. And Marshall got stabbed, I think in the arm, right? And yeah, he ended up in the hospital. And of course, Curtis had made his way to New York as well after Jordan told him about TJ's plan to go there to find him. Of course, Curtis did feel a little bit bad because of what Trina's going through. She has a Title IX report, which could get her expelled from PCU. So yeah, it's getting pretty crazy for Trina. I feel so bad for her, but yeah, just to kind of round out the Curtis, Marshall, and TJ thing. Sorry, TJ. I don't know if this was this week or last week now, but TJ found medication in Marshall's hotel room, and it was antipsychotic medicine. And they obviously are ready to find out the truth from Marshall, and I think that was this week that they were about to have that conversation with him. Also, Stella showed up to New York too to check in on the Ashford family, and they all had like this lovely, touching moment this week. But again, we'll get into that on Sunday when we do the General Hospital after show, the regular show. The good thing about sorry, I'm gonna scroll up because I'm missing some of the stuff you guys are saying. Sandy, Angel, you said, hold on, I'm scrolling up. I'm missing so much, guys. I talk too much. Brooklyn, you're in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York. Nice. Edmund, you said you were about to say the same thing. They dropped the heat wave. Yeah. TJ and Molly are so underrated as a couple. I agree, Jacarius. I love TJ and Molly, and we really don't see enough of them. I'm glad that TJ is on contract now because he's clearly getting a lot more story and a lot more screen time, which could mean that we'll get more screen time for Molly as well, and them as a couple. I mean, getting to see them out and about out of Port Charles is like such progress already. But I guess it also depends on the actress's schedule too, because she's not on contract, and I know that she tends to get a lot of work as well. Angel, you said you get random weather in Kansas City all the time. You think nothing of it. It's the Midwest. Yeah, Alberta's weather is crazy over here too. Sandy, you said you're glad Marshall's story is done. Storylines on every soap are pathetic, including GH. Yeah, I don't watch the other soaps, but I don't doubt it. I mean, the storylines are never going to be as good as what they used to be, sadly. I wish they would be, though. Edmund, you said the good thing about the Marshall storyline is that it confirms that something was mentally wrong with Tommy. Yeah, I suppose. I didn't even think about that, actually. I didn't think about that, but that's a good point. Angel, you said all the scenes did not make me care about Marshall. I mean, I'm still neither here nor there for Marshall, but I am here for TJ to get more screen time. That's honestly, like, that's where I'm at with this story. TJ's getting some screen time. And he's a great actor too. Like the scenes between him and Marshall, where he was just, confronting him on why he left Port Charles. Like I forget this actor's name. I'm sorry, but they gave him some meaty material, and he ate, guys. That dude can act. He is such a good actor. DJ, he said, DG, you agreed with Rick. Edmund, don't forget that Jordan clocked Portia on that basement conversation. Oh, yes! I didn't even write that in my notes. But yeah, Jordan remembered what Portia said when Jordan was fighting for her life in that basement. So, we about to get some interesting scenes between Jordan and Portia, and we'll see if they come to the conclusion, or if Jordan comes to the conclusion that Trina is Curtis's daughter, and whether or not she'll keep that secret for Portia. I hope not, y'all. Like, we know how Curtis feels about secrets, and the moment he finds out that Portia kept that big of a secret, he gonna dump her. He gonna dump her hard. Ricky said, hey, what a stupid Steve Burton will be on Days of Our Lives, and his soon-to-be ex-wife is pregnant with her current guy now. I did hear about the Steve Burton stuff. Isn't Steve Burton on the spin-off, though, not Days of Our Lives itself? I don't really pay attention much to Steve Burton stuff these days, to be honest. and neither the actor nor the character grabs me. Yeah, like honestly, for me, like I just like that Marshall gives Curtis a different kind of storyline and gives TJ something to talk about too. Ruth, you said, yeah, let's do the Marshall conversation. He does have an antipsychotic medication. He might have schizophrenia or some kind of mental problem. Mostly talking about mental diseases. Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing was that when Marshall had those pills at the hospital a couple months back and he dropped them, Sonny recognized the medicine and they had that moment between each other. So it does make me wonder if maybe he's bipolar too. But we'll find out, I'm sure, because I don't want to get into this week too much, but it does seem like they're going to have that conversation with Marshall and we're going to find out the answers. Please no more screen time for Molly. Molly's on like once a month, dude. Calm down. A lot of old actors from the 80s, glad they're back. Yeah, I'm glad that, like, I do, like, that, that I will agree with you, Rick. I love the veteran characters, and I'm so glad that they get so much screen time now. Like, I mean, especially when you compare it to the Guza era, right? Like, they were barely seen. Now, a lot of them have front burner storylines, which is fantastic. Are they all great? Not really, but because they're such seasoned actors, they kind of manage to turn like crap into gold, you know what I mean? They're just enjoyable to see on screen, no matter what. The actor playing TJ now is so much better than the kid who was playing him before, yeah. I agree, like, I don't think there was anything particularly wrong with Taquan. But, yeah, like, I feel like the current actor definitely brings a lot more layers to TJ than the last one did, for sure. Was Trina thought to be Taggart's daughter? Well, Trina, I mean, for all Trina knows, she is Taggart's daughter. And I think, like, when we kind of realized that, well, when they revealed that Taggart was Trina's father, I think, like, when he faked his death, there was some question as to whether he knew for sure he wasn't her father or not. Yeah, he is on the spinoff. Y'all heard Kelly Monaco? Yeah, I did hear about Kelly Monaco's house. That's horrible. I feel so bad for Kelly. I can't believe her house burned down. Ryan's storyline is still lame ever since they brought Ryan. He's not been good. I remember early 90s, he was great. You know what though, Rick? I feel like they're going to try to redeem what mess that we got for the Ryan storyline during his last comeback. Because clearly the show plans on bringing Felicia back into Ryan's story in some kind of way. And we know that Christina Wagner and John Lindstrom are going to bring it together. Not that Maura West didn't do great in the story. It's just that I mean, personally, I felt gypped that we didn't get to see Felicia really in Ryan's story at all last go around. It sucked. Because, like, you had both actors available, and you decided not to utilize one of the most pivotal actresses in Ryan's original story at all. It was so frustrating. GH is definitely leaning into mental health awareness storylines. Yeah, I mean, God knows, like, there's some mental health shit happening a lot in a lot of places right now. People be going crazy out there, and you know, it's nice that it's getting discussed a bit more. I think there's nothing wrong with educating the audience on like what kind of mental, illnesses that are out there. Will GH do it justice? I don't know. I think having Maurice there definitely helps because he can give some insight on his own experiences with bipolar. And plus, obviously he has a State of Mind show, so he's always talking to all of his guests about, their own mental stuff, right? Edmund, you said I'm glad the secret wasn't that Stella and Marshall had an affair. Oh yeah, no kidding, eh? Trina is Curtis's daddy. Or I think you mean Curtis is Trina's daddy. You really hate Portia? I don't hate Portia, but she's a fool for lying. Oh hey Leopardus! Glad that you made it. Angel, you said having her house burned down has to be up there with the worst birthday surprises ever. Yeah, no kidding. Like, oh, I feel so bad for Kelly Monaco, guys. Sorry, I'm probably like way behind on the comments. I'm trying to catch up, guys. Let's see. I wish they would bring Emma Sams back. Thought she was back in 2020, being held somewhere. Yeah, she's still struggling with long COVID though. That's the sad part. You know. She's struggling with it. She has her good days and her bad days, but she can't really do anything long term out of the country because she's obviously not from the U.S. The plan was to bring Holly back full time, really, and they only did that held hostage thing because Emma Sams got COVID, and at least they actually had her film something in the UK where she is, just to not leave it hanging in such a horrible way. But yeah, she's out there somewhere. DG, you said, I just can't see Portia and Taggart together. Brooke Kerr is just too youthful looking and attractive for Rail Andrews. Y'all are mean. Rail was handsome in his day, though. You miss Mary Pat. Oh my god, I forgot about Mary Pat. Beheaded and thrown into an apple bobbing contest. That was insane. Nathan, you feel bad for Kelly too. She's had a tough couple of months from losing her best friend and he back in November, losing her dog, now this. Yeah, Kelly's had a rough go, man. Angel Blue, she must be a smoker, man. It wasn't Kelly Monaco's cigarette though. It was some random guy in her parking lot that didn't put it out properly, and it was caught on the footage, right? Carrie, she said you seen the clips on YouTube and didn't know who the Ryan character was until now. I knew about the Ryan and Felicia stuff because I watched that on YouTube back in the day. Rick, you still have the episodes recorded from Historia in the 90s? Nice. Curious, can't stand Nina, Michael, Sunny, and Willow now. I never could. Soaps these days do a lousy job at mental illness storylines. They blow it out of proportion and becomes a melodramatic mess. Yeah, Emma Sams does have long COVID. It's sad. A friend of mine does too. He's had it for 2 years. Probably almost as long as she has, actually. Yeah, Rail Andrews hasn't aged too badly. Yeah, Brooke Kerr is... I didn't realize she was almost 50, but yeah, she looks incredible. Alright, you going to bed? Good night, Rick. It's good to see ya. I think I'm all caught up on the conversations now. Alright. We don't have too much left to talk about. We really, like maybe like 2 more things. So we'll just wrap it up so that we're not on here too late. I'm sure now that the storm has calmed down, my dog will want to go for a run just to blow off some steam. But yeah, let's finish off this recap. So let's talk about Spencer. Spencer has a new ally in his pursuit of evidence against Esme, and it's Samantha McCall. Sam McCall. Sam went to question Spencer about who Esme really is because Carly asked her if she found out anything, and she was like, oh, better get to work. So she pays Spencer a visit at Kelly's, and Spencer actually comes clean to Sam about what he's doing. He says that he is trying to bring Esme down. And, you know, maybe Sam will finally be useful for something, because it's been a while since she has. She's got to be better than Spencer, though, because at this point she has better connections. She'll probably be able to track down Esme's nanny at the very least, and that might help in the situation. Esme is still being Esme around Nicholas, though, so there's that. And that's all I really want to say about that. It grosses me out, creeps me out. Nicholas is a dumbass. That's all I gotta say on that matter. This lady who has long COVID can't go back to work yet. They are doing research on long COVID. Yeah. Like some of them, even like some acquaintances of mine that are younger than I am, like in their early 20s, were hit pretty hard by long COVID. Like right now, there's a friend of mine. He can barely get out of bed. He's had it for, I think, since like maybe a year now, but it's gotten progressively worse for him, unfortunately. And he's having to like spend thousands of dollars on like, experimental stuff for long COVID because no one really knows how to deal with it yet. Look at Sam helping her little cousin. Yeah, it's interesting to see these two interact because they didn't really interact much when he was a kid, right? But it's nice to see that relationship established. It was something unexpected, and I'm here for it. I hope that Sam can help Spencer in his quest. Because he's barely getting anything done by himself, so... Yeah, Emma Sam's has long COVID. Mm-hmm. Has anyone asked Spinelli to help with finding something on Esme? They always seem to forget about Spinelli in like the moments where Spinelli would actually be useful. But since Sam is involved, then she'll probably get Spinelli to do some research on Esme's nanny's whereabouts. Maggie Fitzgerald, I think her name is. Edmund, you don't know why Christina doesn't have storylines or even Sean working in the bar. I don't either. I mean, well, actually, to be fair, Lexi at the moment is traveling around the world. She's doing her thing, she's living her best life. But I think that's because the show's not utilizing her. And I think actually Nancy recently stood up for Lexi and been like, I don't know why they're not giving this girl any screen time. But, yeah, I think Lexi is a talented actress and she definitely deserves to be seen more. Whatever it is, yeah, Sam should have Spinelli help. Yeah, I think she will. Yeah, Emma Samms is still dealing with shallow breathing and fatigue. She is. I think she's talked about it recently and says that there's good days and bad days, but it does happen to her from time to time. And, I think even if she was living in the U.S., it would be hard for her to commit to working at GH when her long COVID is so unpredictable. I don't think Lexi even knows why the show isn't giving her a story either, but they really should. Like, why bring Lexi back at all if you're not even going to utilize her or have her on screen? And they don't even explain half the time where she is either. Like, realistically, she should be in that courtroom with everyone too. At least, to be there for her brother. But I don't think Dante's there either yet. Or is he? I can't remember. That sucks about Emma Samms. Yeah, it's horrible. Ruthie said chopping off someone's head in an apple barrel, very much King Henry VIII much. Yeah, this is not the Middle Ages, guys. Yeah, that was insane. Ryan was insane back then, but he wasn't that insane when, to the point of cutting people's heads off and putting them in apple barrels. Happy Halloween indeed. Alright, but since we kind of touched about, one of the Corinthuses, let's finally talk about the Corinthus clan and their mess. Sunny and Michael's relationship is more volatile than ever, and Willow's kind of feeling bad about it. I think, obviously, it probably stems from the fact that she lost the woman that she thought was her mom, and, time is precious, you never know when something's going to happen. Jake, you said you thought the apple barrel was funny. Terrifying but funny. What do I think of Marshall being paired with Epiphany? I say why not. I mean, You might as well give Epiphany a love interest. Oh, that reminds me. I didn't really talk about it, but Epiphany and Portia and who else was there? And Stella, all having scenes together and like bonding together. I feel like I missed something because it feels like Stella mentioned that I think Epiphany mentioned that Stella was a former colleague, and I'm like, did Stella work at GH, or was she just technically a colleague because she was helping out Mike with Sunny? Sunny is so wrong. What do I think is going to happen with the Wiley case? I hope Nina does not win. I honestly think, and this is just based on the weekly preview that we got at the start of the week, that Nina is going to win and Willow's going to be pissed about it. That is my prediction. I don't know anything for sure, but I feel like there's a good chance Nina will win, and that will sort of escalate, maybe, perhaps, Carly coming out with the truth about Willow and Nina. I don't know, it's hard to say. What's the worst Michael can do to Sunny? Probably just put out his angry face. I mean, Sunny's already lost his whole family. All he really has now is Nina and kinda Dante. Maybe Christina, if she ever appears. Sunny, back when he was a kid. Yeah, so apparently he can also forgive Sunny for literally murdering his father. His real father. Not right away, but within a year. Sunny is horribly manipulated. Sunny's a mess. Everyone in that storyline is a mess, guys. Sunny's a mess, Nina's a mess, Carly's a mess, Michael's a mess, Willow's a mess. We're all just messy. I have no dog in this fight. They all suck. They all suck. I'm sorry, if y'all are fans of any of them, in my opinion, they are all shitty characters. Not entertaining for me at all, especially now. I think Willow's gonna get sick, and that's when Nina will know the truth. Yeah, maybe. DG, yes, murdering his dad and stealing him from his dad too. Yep. But Sunny cheating on Carly, that's the deal breaker for Michael now. Oh, they're so ass backwards. But yeah, at least Dante's in there, trying to tell them both to grow up. Yeah, he's warning Sunny against, Michael's plan to, bring Sunny down, but he, equally, he's been like, y'all need to get over yourselves. DG, you hate all of them. Yep, I do too. Ruthie said, I mean, as that, he better not lay one finger on Esme because that's gross, disgusting. And his own son was dating her at the time. Do you mean Nicholas? Yeah. Sonny was not in his right mind. Ava set him up to kill AJ. Yeah, but he still did it. And he's always wanted to. Let's be realistic. He's always wanted AJ dead. I hate the Carly character, but I have to give Laura Wright credit for keeping herself looking so great into her 40s. Yeah, Laura Wright's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I'll watch the court scenes, but not them alone. Michael and Willow are boring, yeah. They had a love scene last week, didn't they? That's how forgettable it was. I almost forgot. I can't wait for Selena Wu to take Sunny's business. Yeah, that's gonna happen for sure. Leopardess, you were never a Carly fan. Yeah, I was neither here nor there for Carly. I think Carly is usually much better when she's away from Sunny, to be honest. At least under Laura Wright's Carly. Alright, but speaking of Carly, let's continue talking about this mess. So, Sunny is so over Michael that he is willing to speak on Nina's behalf at the hearing. And, Nina's like, oh, but Sunny, you'll ruin your relationship for sure with Michael. And Maybe, but it's already pretty volatile anyway. He might as well. Oh yeah, Laura Wright's 51, turning 52 in September. Yeah, Laura Wright's in her 50s. But yeah, let's talk about what we want to talk about in last week's scenes here, because Carly and Bobby went to the Savoy, and Nina was at the Savoy, and then Sunny showed up at the Savoy to, you know, protect Nina from some guy that was harassing her for talking about the article. And basically, Bobby was itching to just confront Nina that whole time, seeing her with Sunny. And the second Sunny and Carly had to have a moment alone, Bobby went right to Nina, got in her face, and splashed a martini in her face. And I love it when Bobby gets to be classic Bobby, you know? It's nice to see Jackie Zeman shine in that way. And of course, Sunny went to her rescue, and, you know, it was a mess. It was a mess. But Carly loved it, so whatever. Man, I would have loved to see, like, Bobby and Nina actually, like, scrap, you know? Leopardess, yes, we did get a GH today in Canada. I mentioned earlier at the beginning that it aired. I seen bits and pieces of it because my mom was watching it, but I did not watch the whole episode. I will watch it tomorrow with the rest of y'all. Laura, you said be a real slap in Willow's face when she finds out Carly knows Nina's her mom and keeps it quiet. I'm not a super Willow fan, but I can't wait. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Willow reacts to that. Jackie Zeman was looking pretty good in that episode. Yeah, she was. Yeah, Angel, yeah. The episode did air. The episode that you guys were supposed to get today did air in Canada. But again, I didn't watch it. Alright, I seen bits and pieces of it. And the only thing that I did catch was that there's going to be some awesome scenes between Sunny and Diane for y'all tomorrow. And for me, because I'm going to watch the whole episode. I only seen bits and pieces. That was a low blow from her to throw that at Bobby. Yeah, that's true. Bringing up that Bobby was a prostitute and, you know, things that she's done. But, you know, it's true. Like, it's no secret that Bobby had done some shady things in her past too. I think the general consensus is that no one is perfect. Like, to me, like, with this trial as well, every single grandparent in Wiley's life is god-awful. Okay? Like, Sunny is a mobster who kills people. Harmony was a murderer. Nina's batshit crazy. And Carly is just volatile. Like, there's no good grandparent in that bunch. None of them. None of them are good. Why Bobby and Nina look the same age? Not even trying to be funny. Good lord. Bobby was bad as Esme practically in her youth. Man, yeah, Bobby did some horrible things. She faked blindness to seduce a man once, guys. Yeah, no one is perfect on the show, but like this court hearing is laughable when you consider who the grandparents are. Not one grandparent really should be in Wiley's life, realistically. Yeah, none of them were saints. Yeah, Bobby had affairs too. None of them should be in Wiley's life. Yeah, like they're all brutal. They're all scum. With all the influences in Wiley's life, who else is glad that the nannies are really raising him? Yeah, no kidding, right? It amazes me that Wiley still seems like an innocent boy. But he'll probably be a messy teenager when they finally age him. But the little children are the only ones innocent on the show. Yeah, just the little ones, though. Until they age them. It would be hysterical if the judge removed custody of Wiley from that entire family. Yeah, judge is like, just put that baby up for the adoption. Y'all are just messed up people. This baby deserves a lot better than y'all. Nina snatched Avery out of Ava's womb. Yes, and so y'all know, that comes into play with Sunny and Diane. Just a heads up. Messy AF. Look at Spencer, yeah. Yeah, Spencer's a hot mess. The children aren't always angels. Spencer was a total brat as a child. Yeah, you right, DG, you right. Let's not forget Lulu and Valentine's demon child. Yeah, they would have to put Wiley up for adoption, yeah. Yeah, they really do. But with Wiley's luck, he'll probably end up like... Actually, you know what? I think that Lucas should adopt him because Lord knows he was the only decent parent that he had. Let's bring Lucas back, you guys. I hate Ava, but that is true, yeah. But, you know, then they can just call Ava up to the stand and speak on Nina's character because obviously they're friends again. Where's Bailey? She went home to Maxie and we probably won't see her again until she's 13. Yeah, they never show Maxie's kids, really. We seen, you know, James, I think, with Felicia. Or no, we seen, was it Bailey with Mac and Felicia the other day? Or was it James? Can't remember now. The judge could for real. Mobster family, mother psycho, grandmother psycho. They kill people. Yeah, lied in court. Yeah, it's a whole mess. It's like how the judge threw Michael in jail to teach the family a lesson. They should throw Wiley into, you know, adoption. And then Lucas should adopt him. He almost killed him at the nurse's ball. Yeah. Spencer was a crazy brat. Bailey will be a whole 8 years old next year. Yeah, probably. Isn't it a conflict of interest for Diane to cross-examine Sunny? Maybe? Yeah? Probably. But this is GH. They don't know how to do, like, court stories anyway. Y'all don't realize that the kids get paid too every time they're on screen. GH's budget is tight. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why they keep them hidden in the closet. How old is Georgie the second? I feel like Georgie was born in 2000. When did Emmy Riley come on the show? 2013. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, Georgie would be about 8 or 9 years old by now. We did see her briefly. She is not a fan of Austin. Yeah, GH's budget is super tight though. That's why we don't see the kids. Wasn't Violet born off screen in 2017? Yeah, she was. Yeah, the child was definitely older when she came to Port Charles. I was like, that child should still be a baby. But she wasn't. Although the girl that plays Violet is adorable, so whatever. I didn't watch the whole interview, but Maurice had the actress that plays Violet on his State of Mind show. I watched a bit of it. It was cute. I didn't watch the whole thing. Hayden is a deadbeat now, but like for all we know, she's probably held hostage somewhere. Like we don't know for sure where Hayden is. They aged Violet. Yeah, they did. Yeah, there's no point in trying to figure out the real ages of kids because you know technically Molly was born before, or was it after Spencer? Yeah, Molly should be younger than Spencer. Yeah, really, it's funny though, like, the only kid that is consistently his age right now is Cameron. Cameron's the age that he is actually supposed to be right now. But they kept him like 6 for like 8 years. Because Rebecca Hurst is a fountain of youth. Hayden Maitland come back married to Jason. Oh my god. Very few soap child actors get to grow up on the show like Kimberly McCullough did. Yeah. It's true. That's why I'm kind of hoping that, like, I know we don't really see her because her parents aren't on the show, but I really do hope that they keep Brooklyn as Emma. Angel, you think Kaden is being held hostage? I remember Nicholas having people take her or force her to run. Yeah. Yep. He sure did. He did threaten her life. They don't have the time to wait for kids to grow up if they want to use them in stories. Yeah, but you know, like, Robin was lucky in the sense that she didn't appear on screen till 7. It was a secret child, so... And Kimberly was talented enough that she could roll with the punches in the storylines with these big adults. And we'll watch more. We will watch more of the Asian Quarter storyline, which was Robin's origin storyline, next week. I was going, I would have today, except because I didn't do Sunday's recap. I just wanted to dedicate this show to the recap. But anyway, that's pretty much... Sorry, guys, I'm coughing here. That's pretty much all I had for the notes on last week's shows. But is there anything else you want me to touch base on before we wrap it up? Let me know. You get aging the kids, they're more useful when they're not just props. Yeah, true. All the kids should be in double digits. Jeannie Francis basically grew up on the show. Yeah, that's true. She was 14. May not have been a well-life fan, but Star had also grown up on screen. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, you're right. Jeannie Francis was 14 when she started on the show. She was a recast, but, that's a long time. She wasn't even an adult. Wasn't even, she was barely in high school when she started on GH. When did she get with Scotty? I think Laura was 16 or 17 because he married her when she was underage. Laura for sure was 17 when she got married to Scott. How that worked, I don't know, but it was a whole thing because Laura was still underage to be working at the campus disco, but she did anyway as a waitress. I think she just couldn't serve the drinks. Yeah. I mean, it was the 70s. I guess it was slightly less taboo. I don't know how, like, even like the parents were all there. I don't know much of the storyline. I only really know like the Luke and Laura sort of aspect of Jeannie's early work on the show. But yeah, she was definitely underage when she married Scotty. I don't know why Leslie and Rick seemed to be okay with it, or you know why Scotty's parents were okay with it. But I don't know how much older Scott was from Laura either. Okay, she was 17, he was 18. Okay. Her mother signed for Laura to get married. Interesting. Interesting. Times must have been different in the 80s. I mean, Scotty and Laura was 70s. Like, that was, I think, 78 or 79 when they got married. But yeah, different time. Otherwise, they couldn't have turned Luke and Laura into a super couple, even though it started with a rape. Well, it didn't start with a rape, but you know what I mean. Age of consent used to be younger for women than men. Man. Leslie and Rick basically wanted to get rid of Laura because she nearly ruined their marriage. Dang. Laura wanted to get out of the Weber house because she and Leslie didn't get along. Interesting. I wish there was more of the 70s stories on YouTube to watch. Like there's some of them are out there. There's like sporadic clips here and there. A lot of them are like potato quality, but it'd be nice to have some like real good footage of like stories from the 70s. I'm still pissed at the retcon about the twin storyline. Do you mean like the like Nell and Willow Jacaris? DG, thanks for schooling us, by the way, DG, because I don't know any of this stuff. Laura ruined the family by sleeping around with Scotty, and then she slept with David and killed him. It destroyed Rick and Leslie nearly. Dang. Yeah, I know so little about the David Hamilton storyline. I know that Laura kind of did have a bit of a breakdown when it happened. Laura was 19 when she married Luke. They were so young. Laura's juvenile delinquency nearly destroyed Rick and Leslie. Man. Yeah, Laura was no saint, it seems. Jacarius, Jason and Drew. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that they're twins is really bothersome, but whatever. There was a span of time that the drinking age was 18, and when it went back to 21, everyone who legally able to drink at 18 was grandfathered. We had a lot of weird laws concerning age. And the drinking age here in Canada, or at least in most of the provinces in Canada, is 18. Laura and Jeannie were 18 when she married Luke. Man. I love that we're kind of talking about old school GH, even though it's not like an old school GH live stream. Yeah, we gotta go back and check some other like old school stuff from like the 70s if we can find them. Laura was rebellious back then. Yeah, she sure was. Laura was a confused, ungrateful brat when she came to live with Rick and Leslie. She actually resented Leslie for taking her away from the Vinings. Oh, man. I think I did hear a little bit about that, DG. That does sound familiar to me. Treated Leslie like total dirt. But at least, you know, they eventually grew to love each other. Time healed all wounds, I guess. I do miss Leslie Weber. I wish she was on the show right now. It was nice to see her last year when she got to confront Cyrus Renaud. Alright, guys, well... Oh, sorry, I'm reading. Monica made things worse by prescribing birth control pills for Laura behind Rick and Leslie's back. Dang. Leslie was pissed. Drinking age changes from Providence to Providence. Yeah, it's different everywhere. Oh, you're asking me? Yeah, a little bit. Like, I know... So I'm from Alberta. The drinking age is 18 here. In British Columbia, it's 19. And I think same goes for Quebec. And maybe somewhere else, Eastern Canada, that I can think of. And then, like, kind of the rest is 18, I believe. Nowhere in Canada is it 21. It's a lot of fun to go back and look at these spots from the 70s and the 80s and see all the changes in characters and social stigmas when you revisit a show like this. The past to highlight growth change. Yeah, it's true. That's why I love watching old school GH too, because you get insight on characters that are still around today and like the families that are on today. Alright, you heading out, Jacarius? Yeah, I'm wrapping this up too. It's 11:30 where I'm at. I don't know what time it is where y'all are. I feel like we do this every end of stream where I'm like, what time is it where you guys are at? Y'all are pretty much, I think most of y'all are later than me. I think, well, someone's from LA here, right? And they're an hour behind me, I think. Wasn't it 16 just above Maine? I don't think so. I mean, not that I heard of. $1:30. Dang, you're up 1:30 in the morning over there, Laura. Hugs, Leopardess. Stay safe, you too. $12:30 a.m. in Kansas City. 1:30 where you are too, Sandy. Yeah, it's late, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all. I'll do, well, obviously General Hospital after show Sunday. It won't be the live stream, but we'll talk a bit in the chat. And for Wednesday, we'll go back to watching some old school GH next week. I went to college in 2001, and I know we were drinking at 16 in Canada, and then I don't know if it was legal or not. We drank everywhere. I was a good kid. I didn't drink till I was 18, so. 10:30. Oh, wow, it's really early in Arizona. All right, but yeah. Oh, that's how much we love you. Oh, you guys, I appreciate you guys so much. It always makes my day. I appreciate y'all. 10:30 on the West Coast, California. Very nice. All right, guys. But yeah, I'll wrap up the show. I'm gonna see what it looks like outside now. But yeah, I guess I'll end this in the way that we usually end a General Hospital after show. If you liked this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. And I will catch you guys this Sunday for an all-new General Hospital after show. Peace out, guys. I'd snap, but I can never end it on time, so I'll just keep dancing until the stream actually stops. Alright? Later. Good night, y'all. Stay safe, sleep well, all that good stuff.